guys, and welcome to XTargetProductionsX with me, Ryan, and welcome to Mini Metro. Okay, this is a new game on the Steam community, as you can tell there with that little lovely button highlighted in the top corner. This game is actually quite fun if you enjoy trains and these sort of retro games. If you don't, then this isn't really for you. Now, I come onto the screen today. I've just recently loaded it up today after a massive great big update, as you can tell by the recent changes on the right hand side here. The left hand side is obviously the updates that they are going to do eventually. Obviously they are still in development, so obviously it shows that they are going to make Zen and Extreme modes later on, and obviously then they're going to sort out the audio, as this game is actually quite quiet and has no sound at all. And obviously they'll sort out other game modes. At the moment there's only London, Paris and New York City available, so obviously they're adding more and more maps as we go along. And obviously then they're going to add more and more like colours and patterns and stuff to do with general Metro. Okay, so obviously what has changed is obviously the passengers will now correctly be coloured, because obviously there was an issue with that, and obviously they couldn't tell who was on which train. They also have fixed the issue with blur, because there was an issue with blur and the game wasn't closing properly and stuff like this. Anyways, that's what has happened since I started playing this game for about a week now. It's only been out for about a week, so it's pretty cool. So let's play. Obviously you're going to do Classic at the moment, because obviously Zen Mode and Extreme Mode aren't actually available yet as this is development. Now, me, Jacob and Elliot all play this, mainly me and Elliot, because obviously we both like sort of trains and stuff and Metro. Obviously if I check the leaderboard here, I can see that I am actually currently beating Dirty Birdie, who is actually Elliot. He changed his name on the Steam account. There you go. So the person who's at the top is Joe, is super. He has managed to get his mini Metro in London to hold that many passengers at once. So here goes. So this is the layout. So you've got London there, Paris, New York City and St. Petersburg. Okay. So obviously you got the 4 maps here. That one's only recently come out today, but here you go. So I'm going to try London, as it's the main one to do, so you guys can get a feel of the game, whether you like it or not. So pretty much these are the stations. So you've got the square, circle and triangle. So you link them up like this. So obviously you have the yellow line, the red line and the blue line, like that. Okay. Now I started like this only so that you get more trains working at the same time. You could just pretty much put the whole yellow one all the way around the screen so that you have all the trains linking up together. But I like to keep it like this, so obviously then I have different trains and stuff like that. Okay. Now obviously here in the bottom right hand corner you have many passengers that you've done. So at the moment I've managed to have 5 passengers travel on my railway. Okay. Down here shows you how many locomotives you have left, how many carriages you have available, so I've none at the moment because I've used them all. How many bridges, so obviously going over the bridge, it'll be going over the river there. And how many lines are available, so obviously I've got 3 lines, obviously then there's another 4 lines available during the game. Now, you've got to make sure that each carriage and each station is obviously linked up with a railway line, so obviously at the moment it's not, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it so that the blue line is now covering that line and the red one is covering that. Okay, and I might extend the red line so it obviously has the square involved, and then the yellows and the yellow there. Okay, so now we're starting to build our Metro up a bit more than it was when we started. More as over time, more and more stations will develop, and generally the whole screen will be filled up with tracks, trains and lines like a general Metro is in London as such. Okay. Over time, obviously, as your Metro gets more and more popular, more and more passengers will eventually come into the Metro. For example, like you've got 2 people standing there, that's 2 passengers. Eventually you'll have a long list of passengers, and this massive countdown circle comes around your station. If your train does not get there by the countdown ends, it is game over. Okay, as I will show you in a couple of moments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward this video now so it isn't so boring, and show you what it's like and we eventually get in more in depth into the game. Okay. Right guys, as I've now fast forwarded the video a bit more, as you can see now we have advanced the railway metro a bit more. This is the countdown thing I was talking about now. This railway line here has got a load of number of passengers on this line which the blue train can't handle, and it means that it's going to have to transfer all of these passengers here to another station here, and maybe at this line here could help. Right, during the week, obviously I'm on week 3 now, I left you on week 2. You get a new locomotive, as you can see, and you can choose whether you want a new tunnel or new carriages. And obviously at the moment I'm thinking I'm going to go for a new train there and put a new carriage there, just so that I can help this one out a bit more, because obviously the blue line is looking a bit busy with passengers. Now, as you can see, I have 4 railway lines now. Okay, I have the yellow, the light blue, dark blue, and the red. And obviously you've got to try and link it up with the amount of lines possible. So obviously each station has a number of lines, and each station has a number of stations. So the blue is obviously doing this little circle area here. Okay, the yellow is obviously doing the whole of the top bit, and the red is only doing this line here. So obviously then we can link in this bit. Okay. So we've got 2 trains running on the blue line, and because it's a single track line, and obviously it's very busy with a number of stations on it. We've only got 1 really on the blue because it's not really that busy, and technically it doesn't really need that many trains because it's obviously not really that big line. The yellow line maybe could have, because obviously it's covering a number more stations than it is than the other ones, but we'll have to see. And what I'm doing, I'm going to change this back. Controls, pretty much really just using the mouse really to obviously drag these lines around, so on and so forth. You can press the spacebar to pause it, like so, and it pauses it, and that means that the trains won't move, and you can change all the lines around. Like so, if I wanted to delete this line here, like so like, I don't need that line there, and I wanted to add it to this line, then I can do. Obviously I'll have to wait for the red line to finish, like that, and now the red line's free. I can obviously now add this line to the station like this, so I might actually generally help out the blue line like so. Okay, and obviously press spacebar again and it plays, so obviously that helps out so a lot. So it means that we have the red line and the blue line working clockwise together, and then we have the yellow and the light blue line working well with each other as well. I'm going to extend this actually to here, because it looks like we are getting a lot of squares on this line, and obviously this station is going to get quite clogged up with the amount of passengers that we've got. And I might extend that over there, so obviously then we can get rid of this mass amount of passengers that seem to be on this station right here, because obviously if that goes, then it's game over, and we do not want that. We do not want that at all. So there we go. That yellow train has obviously collected a load number of trains, and now we're going to put that on there, and we're going to add that one on there like so, meaning that the yellow line has now got another carriage, another train to extend the amount of passengers running on that line as such. I do try my utmost and hardest obviously to make sure that all the passengers get to their destination within a couple of stops. Obviously you can't help that they don't, but I like to test that a bit. I like to pretend that I'm the main conductor of this railway line, like I'm controlling all the network and stuff, so that's pretty cool. I do try and obviously interconnect all the railway lines, but obviously not one line can do all the work on its own, because obviously, you know, it just can't, because obviously it will break down as such. There you go. So obviously, as you can tell now, this is obviously going to be a main station where obviously it's going to be one of my main stations that people use. Obviously it's got 3 lines going to it, and same with that one there. So this is going really well at the moment. You know, I haven't had any problems. You know, only when that really got to about halfway the clock, but obviously luckily we managed to get an extra train in to help that with the free throw of this. I'm actually going to add that there, so obviously now that train will carry on going around like so. Eventually obviously I'll probably link the red one in like this, and probably the blue ones, obviously the blue ones go around here, and the red one probably goes around here like so. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here for this part, and obviously show you what it's like at the end or a bit more time. Okay? Right guys, I've just fast forwarded this on. As you can see now, that train line station there has exploded. There's too many passengers on that station for it to hold, and as you can see, it's overcrowded. The station has forced your metro to be closed, with only 552 passengers travel on your metro over the 30 days. So this metro station has only been going for 30 days. Technically it hasn't, because obviously if that would have been actually in real life, that would be pretty boring, but obviously it's speeded up. So as you can tell, that I managed to only travel that many passengers, been able to like get around my metro in 30 days. And obviously, if I managed to obviously sort that out, then obviously we could have carried on going, but obviously we couldn't, so never mind. So what we can do is I'm going to go back to the menu, and obviously then I'm going to show you obviously other features of this. So obviously then you've got Paris, which is pretty much exactly the same, obviously New York, and obviously then St. Petersburg, that has obviously just been added recently. Obviously this game could technically go, there could be a lot of features of this game. Obviously it's only been out for a week, so obviously it's still developing. Obviously all the settings that you can change, obviously to make it into night mode, that was pretty cool. And obviously if you're colourblind, obviously then it obviously helps like that. Obviously there's no audio at the moment, so obviously they are developing on that. And obviously then you can change the language, obviously if you are obviously not English like I am. Hopefully this has been a nice insight into Mini Metro. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and for more videos to come, please check out our channel. And thank you very much for watching guys, and goodbye.